must have a wonderful one at the Daoji temple. Also, I would like to welcome Lata Oza Mataji joined today, first time. We pray that she can more frequently join and take advantage of the association of this wonderful Sangha. So those spiritual warriors who made our journey successful was Neha Mataji, Advait Chandra Prabhu, Atulya Devi Dasi. I didn't see Radha or Vishakha today. Maybe they have joined. Ishwar Krishna Prabhu, Yamuna Sundari Mataji, I.V. Gautam, Girivar Dhari Prabhu, Shyam Leela Devi Dasi, Manani Mataji, Patit Pavan Prabhu, Sri Khan Pankaj Gupta, Devya Mataji, Taruni Radha Devi Dasi, Shruman Singh Mataji, Parmeshwari Devi Dasi, Hanuman Prabhu, Raghav Chaitanya Prabhu, Gopal Hari Prabhu, Rukmini Priya Devi Dasi, Muli Manohar Prabhu, Manmatha Anand Prabhu, Sundari Radha Mataji, Srinivas Acharya Prabhu. I didn't see Akshata also, Haribol. Prasanna Visakha Devi Dasi, Muli Mohan Prabhu, Sakti Mata Devi Dasi, Parmanan Hari Prabhu, Nandan Priya Mataji, Nadia Kumar Prabhu. Nadia Kumar Prabhu, are you back in Houston or are you still in India? Haribol. He is joining for last 2-3 days. Saman Panchal Prabhu, Kasturi Mandri Mataji, Leela Manjari Devi Dasi, Sitala Priya Devi Dasi, Sachinandan Krishna Prabhu, Sugandh Raj Prabhu and Aradhana Devi Dasi, Rajeshwari Priya Devi Dasi, Govinda Gita Devi Dasi, Yugal Priti Devi Dasi, Ravi Pamarthi Prabhu, Nishant Sarma Prabhu, Priyanka Mataji, Rohit Mishra Prabhu, Saraswati Devi Dasi, Sankri Khor Devi Dasi, Ravi Pipilya Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Sumitra Radha and Divyan Sansaloni, Ganga Mataji, Pranath Gopal Prabhu and Radhika Pran Devi Dasi, Janki Khan Prabhu and Labanga Latika Mataji, Pandurang Devdas Prabhu and Damodarati Mataji, Vraj Vinod Prabhu and Anand Vinodini Devi Dasi, Nama Priya Devi Dasi, Prathmesh Patel Prabhu, Shrikant Survase Prabhu, Yuva Shri and Sudarshan Prabhu, Raman Krishna Prabhu and Leela Mangal Devi Dasi, Shreya Devi Dasi, Neeraj Srivastav Prabhu, Raja Ramdas Prabhu, Veddi Prabhu. Please everyone keep their phone muted. Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Sweddi Prabhu, Namanan Prabhu and Prem Vinodini Mataji, Anandini, Anand Leela Devi Dasi, Nandini Mataji, Abhay Prabhu, Lata Mataji, Kishore Krishna Prabhu, Radhe, Bhadra Bharti Mataji, Rupa Vilas Prabhu, Uttam Bhakta Prabhu, Vallabhe Mataji, Bhakti Priya Devi Dasi, Tulsi Priya Devi Dasi, and Jai Govinda Prabhu, Rajendra Prabhu, Sri Kumar Prabhu, Radha Siva Devi Dasi, Leelavati Devi Dasi, Sujata, Rati Vilas Devi Dasi, Sudhir Krishna Prabhu, Sakhi Saran Devi Dasi, Madan Mohan Kundu Prabhu, Advait Prabhu, Rashtakeda Prabhu and Anand Radhika Devi Dasi, Arvind Prabhu and Priyanka Mataji, Kamal Priya Mataji, Kamini Priya Mataji, Barsana Rani Mataji, Manoj Kapoor Prabhu, Radha Charan Prabhu, Sundari Leela Devi Dasi. I don't know, Jai Sachinandan Prabhu join or not today. Madhvi Gopi Mataji, Shubhangi Mataji, Abhay Mohan Prabhu, Chaitanya Ras Prabhu, Kanta Mataji, Balram Prabhu, Sarva Shakti Devi Dasi, Gadadhar Chandra Prabhu, Sanjay Prabhu, Tulsi Gamer Prabhu, Sarmishta Sahi, Amit and Prem Priya Padma Mataji, Lal Gopal Prabhu, Muli Gopal Prabhu, Ashish Khanna, Vishal Bhola, Puja Mataji. I didn't see Rashmi Mataji or Sisapur Mataji, Lekha Mataji, Rati Prabhu, Radha Vallabh Prabhu, Srinivas Charan Prabhu, now he is in India. Abhay Charan Prabhu and Sukriti Devidasi, Shyam Sundar Prabhu and Harikatha Devidasi. Hopefully later on at 7:15, Gopi Priya will join. Hari Bol. Today we didn't see Sri Shankar Mataji, Suchitra Devidasi, Kamlesh Dhingra Mataji, Chintamani Devidasi, Dinesh Prabhu, Pitambar Priya Prabhu, Kalpataru Mataji, Jayanti Kongwe, Pragya Nagpal, Gopika Devidasi, Mahati Prakash, Uma Pavani Devidasi, Rupak Prabhu, Nita, Kapil Saddev, he will join later on. Just 1 minute, let me correct this. Then Anita Saha join. Let me see if some who joined once in a while. Is anybody from that group joined today? Ajit Singh Prabhu joined, and also Lata Oza Mataji joined. If I have missed someone's name, please forgive me. Let's hear the wonderful song before we will read from the Krishna book.
গৌরাঙ্গ বলিতে হবে পুলক শরীর, হরি হরি বলিতে নয়নে ববে নীর।
গৌরাঙ্গ বলিতে হবে পুলক শরীর, হরি হরি বলিতে নয়নে ববে নীর।
গৌরাঙ্গ বলিতে হবে পুলক শরীর, হরি হরি বলিতে নয়নে ববে নীর।
গৌরাঙ্গ বলিতে হবে পুলক শরীর, হরি হরি বলিতে নয়নে ববে নীর।
আর কবে নিতাই চাঁদের করুণা হইবে,
আর কবে নিতাই চাঁদের করুণা হইবে।
সংসার বাসনা মোর কবে তুচ্ছ হবে,
সংসার বাসনা মোর কবে তুচ্ছ হবে।
গৌরাঙ্গ বলিতে হবে পুলক শরীর, হরি হরি বলিতে নয়নে ববে নীর।
গৌরাঙ্গ বলিতে হবে পুলক শরীর, হরি হরি বলিতে নয়নে ববে নীর।
বিষয় ছাড়িয়া কবে শুদ্ধ হবে মন,
বিষয় ছাড়িয়া কবে শুদ্ধ হবে মন।
কবে হাম হেরব শ্রী বৃন্দাবন,
কবে হাম হেরব শ্রী বৃন্দাবন।
গৌরাঙ্গ বলিতে হবে পুলক শরীর, হরি হরি বলিতে নয়নে ববে নীর।
গৌরাঙ্গ বলিতে হবে পুলক শরীর, হরি হরি বলিতে নয়নে ববে নীর।
রূপ রঘুনাথ পদে হইবে আকুতি,
রঘুনাথ পদে হইবে আকুতি।
কবে হাম বুঝব সে যুগল প্রীতি,
কবে হাম বুঝব সে যুগল প্রীতি।
গৌরাঙ্গ বলিতে হবে পুলক শরীর, হরি হরি বলিতে নয়নে ববে নীর।
গৌরাঙ্গ বলিতে হবে পুলক শরীর, হরি হরি বলিতে নয়নে ববে নীর।
রূপ রঘুনাথ পদে রহু মোর আস,
রঘুনাথ পদে রহু মোর আস।
রূপ রঘুনাথ পদে রহু মোর আস।
রঘুনাথ পদে রহু মোর আস।
প্রার্থনা কর এ সদা নরোত্তম দাস,
প্রার্থনা কর এ সদা নরোত্তম দাস।
গৌরাঙ্গ বলিতে হবে পুলক শরীর, হরি হরি বলিতে নয়নে ববে নীর।
গৌরাঙ্গ বলিতে হবে পুলক শরীর, হরি হরি বলিতে নয়নে ববে নীর।
জয় গৌর হরি জয় গৌর হরি জয় গৌর হরি জয় গৌর হরি
জয় গৌর হরি জয় গৌর হরি গৌর হরি জয় গৌর হরি
জয় গৌর হরি জয় গৌর হরি গৌর হরি জয় গৌর হরি
জয় গৌর হরি জয় গৌর হরি গৌর হরি জয় গৌর হরি।
Thank you very much, Raghav Chaitanya Prabhu, for playing a wonderful song. So we will be reading from Krishna book, the chapter Gopis Attracted by the Flute. So I'll read one more paragraph, what we did yesterday, and then we will continue. So another gopi said, quote, "My dear friends, just see the deer. Although they are dumb animals, they have approached the son of Maharaj Nand, Krishna. Not only are they attracted by the dress of Krishna and Balram, but as soon as they hear the playing of the flute, the deer, along with their husbands, offer respectful obeisances unto the Lord by looking at him with great affection." Unquote. The gopis were envious of the deer because the deer were able to offer their service to Krishna along with their husbands. The gopis thought themselves not so fortunate because whenever they wanted to go to Krishna, their husbands were not very happy. So we will continue. Another gopi said, quote, "My dear friends, Krishna is so nicely dressed that he appeared to be the impetus to various kind of ceremonies held by the woman folk. Even the wives of the denizens of heaven become attracted after hearing the transcendental sound of his flute. Although they are traveling in the air in their airplanes, enjoying the company of their husbands, on hearing the sound of Krishna's flute, they immediately become perturbed. Their hair is loosened and their tight dresses are slackened." Hare Krishna, unquote. This means that the transcendental sound of the flute of Krishna extended to all corners of the universe. Also, it is significant that the gopis knew about the different kinds of airplanes flying in the sky. Another gopi said to her friends, quote, "My dear friends, the cow are also charmed as soon as they hear the transcendental sound of the flute of Krishna. It sounds to them like pouring of nectar, and they immediately spread their long ears just to catch the liquid nectar of the flute." Hari Bol. As for the calves, they are seen with the nipple of their mothers pressed in their mouths, but they cannot suck the milk. They remain struck with devotion, and tears glide down their eyes. Always you see, actually, it's amazing to see that cow always has the tears in their eyes if you carefully looked at it. Amazing animal. Illustrating vividly how they are embracing Krishna heart to heart, unquote. These phenomena indicate that even the cows and calves in Vrindavan knew how to cry for Krishna and embraced him heart to heart. Actually, Krishna conscious affection can be culminated in shedding tears from the eyes. Hari Bol. Everyone can please keep their phone muted.
అతి కష్టంగా వచ్చింది. నాకంటే కొంచెం
Please keep phone muted. Thank you. A younger gopi told her mother, quote, "My dear mother, the birds who are all looking at Krishna playing on his flute are sitting very attentively on the branches and twigs of different trees. From their future, it appears that they have forgotten everything and are engaged only in hearing Krishna's flute. This proves that they are not ordinary birds. They are great sages and devotees. And just to hear Krishna's flute, they have appeared in Vrindavan, forest as birds." What a glorious. Great sages and scholars are interested in Vedic knowledge. But the essence of Vedic knowledge is stated in the Bhagavad Gita. Vedescha sarvair aham eva vedya. Through the knowledge of the Vedas, Krishna has to be understood. From the behavior of these birds, it appeared that they were great scholars in Vedic knowledge and that they took to Krishna's transcendental vibration and rejected all branches of Vedic knowledge. Even the river Yamuna, being desirous of, embraced the lotus feet of Krishna. After hearing the transcendental vibration of his flute, broke her fierce waves to flow very nicely with lotus flowers in her hands, just to present flowers to Mukunda with deep feelings. Each and every, even the stones and everything in Vrindavan is absorbed in the service of the divine couple. What would be a wonderful situation to live permanently in their kind association. Everything is enlightening. Wonderful place to be, live permanently. The scorching heat of the autumn sunshine was sometimes intolerable, and therefore the clouds in the sky appeared in sympathy above Krishna and Balram and their boyfriends while they engaged in blowing their flutes. The clouds served as a soothing umbrella over their head, just to make friendship with Krishna. Everybody wants to serve Krishna. Wonderful. The wanton aborigine girls also become fully satisfied when they smeared their faces and breasts with the dust of Vrindavan, which was reddish from the touch of Krishna's lotus feet. The aborigine girls had very full breasts, and they were also very lusty. But when their lovers felt their breast, they were not very satisfied. When they came out into the midst of the forest, they saw that while Krishna was walking, some of the leaves and creepers of Vrindavan turned reddish from the kumkum powder which fell from his lotus feet. His lotus feet were held by the gopis on the breast, which were also smeared with the kumkum powder. But when Krishna traveled in the Vrindavan forest with Balram and his boyfriends, the reddish powder fell on the ground of the Vrindavan forest. So the lusty aborigine girls while looking toward Krishna, playing his flute, saw the reddish kumkum on the ground and immediately took it and smeared it over their faces and breast. In this way, they become fully satisfied, although they were not satisfied when their lovers touched their breasts. All material lusty desire can be immediately satisfied if one comes in contact with Krishna consciousness. Another gopi began to praise the unique position of Govardhan Hill in this way. Quote, how fortunate is this Govardhan Hill, for it is enjoying the association of Lord Krishna and Balram, who are accustomed to walk on it. Thus, Govardhan is always in touch with the lotus feet of the Lord. And as we were reading in the Brahma Samhita talk, that all his youth, Krishna basically performed many, many wonderful pastimes on the Govardhan Hill. And because Govardhan Hill is also so obliged to Lord Krishna and Balram, it is supplying different kinds of fruits, roots, and herbs, as well as very pleasing crystal water from its lakes in presentation to the Lord. So unless we have this Divya Chaksu, looking the Vrindavan through the pages of the scripture, we won't be able to see the Vrindavan when we physically visit with our blunt eyes. The best presentation offered by the Govardhan Hill, however, was newly grown grass for the cows and calves. Govardhan Hill knew how to please the Lord by pleasing his most beloved associates, the cows and the cowherd boys. Also I was reading in the Brahma Samhita, the class by Tamal Krishna Maharaj, and he was saying that in the morning, because it has been said that Durvasa Muni give the blessing to Srimati Radharani, that whoever will eat the food cooked by Srimati Radharani can live very long and very healthy life. So as soon as the Mother Yashoda knew this fact, even though Jatila was not in favor, but somehow or other Mother Yashoda was able to convince Jatila to send Srimati Radharani to cook for Krishna every morning in Nandagam. Nandagam is the center of the Brajadham. And it says that all the Madhurya Rash is flowing from the Nanda Bhavan. Nanda Bhavan is the center of the Madhurya Ras. And it says that Srimati Radharani goes, while she walks, sometimes she feels so hot. But in the kitchen, she will turn on the gas and so much heat is there. But Srimati Radharani feel cooling effect. Why? Because she is doing the service for Krishna. So despite we have the difficult time in the material world, but if we serve Krishna, we can also feel the cooling effect in our life. So after she cooks delicious items, so many items Radharani cook. And then Mother Yashoda and Rohini comes to serve Krishna, Balram and the Gopas, Nanda Baba. And what happened? And there's sometimes Sridham also there, the Radharani's brother. And it says that sometimes jokingly, Krishna will make that really bad mouth face just to show. And Radharani is through the door, little gap. See, watch how Krishna is enjoying the food. And he will make the really bad, face to show when he is eating the sweet, to show Radharani that he don't like the preparation. But then Krishna is very smart. He will pass on that bowl of the sweet to Sridham. And when Sridham put the sweet in his mouth, he becomes so pleased because he knows how sweet and wonderful the sweet was. So it says that just to please Krishna, we need to please his associates. So Radharani feels completely satisfied when she sees that Sridham is pleased. If Sridham is pleased, the best friend of Krishna, Krishna will be pleased. So this is something that we should, by the practical example of the Brajavasis, we should learn that if he really wants to please Krishna, we need to learn to please Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis. You know, yesterday I was taking the walk, and normally I hear 1 hour class walking, but it always take, my wife says, how come you take hour and a half walk? Your class is only half an hour. I said, you know, when I walk on the street, all the devotees come. I want to spend the time. And yesterday, as soon as I don't know, I was walking, looking on the ground, and then I raised my head and I saw that His Holiness Hanmat Prasad Swami Maharaj was coming toward me. I fell flat on the ground to offer my obeisances. And when I see Maharaj also fell down flat on the street, I told Maharaj, I run down because I was maybe 15 feet away. I run down, I lifted up, Maharaj, you shouldn't do it. But that's the greatness of the Vaishnavas. We can see how humble. And then we have a wonderful conversation for 15-20 minutes about the creation of this material world to fine-tune my thoughts. Maharaj is so kind. So let's read. Another gopi said that everything appeared wonderful when Krishna and Balram travel in the forest of Vrindavan, playing their flutes and making intimate friendship with all kind of moving and non-moving living creatures. Krishna is so kind. So when Krishna and Balram played on the transcendental flutes, the moving creatures become stunned and stop their activities. And the non-moving living creatures, like the trees and plants, begin to shiver with complete ecstasy. Only through the divine eyes we will be able to remember and see those things. We should meditate on this wonderful, wonderful narration. So Krishna and Balram carried binding ropes on their shoulders and their hands, just like ordinary cowherd boys. While milking the cows, the boys bound the hind legs with a small rope. This rope almost always hung from the shoulder of the boys, and it was not absent on the shoulder of the Krishna and Balram. In spite of their being the Supreme Personality Godhead, they played exactly like the cowherd boys. And therefore, everything became wonderful and attractive. This is the beauty of Krishna's pastimes in Vrindavan. Nobody knew Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Very few. Even it says, our Acharya says that everyone was aware of it. But due to the influence of the Yoga Maya, they were not remembering. So while Krishna was engaged in tending the cows in the forest of Vrindavan or on the Govardhan hill, the gopis in the village were always absorbed in thinking of him and discussing his different pastimes. This is another hint the Brajavasis is giving, that when we read, we should create a film of these pastimes in detail. And when we finish the reading, then we can close our eyes and we can see this moving film again to remember Krishna. Haribol. So this is the perfect example of Krishna consciousness. That hear something, read something, and meditate. And that's why then you can always associate with Krishna. You will never feel separation from Krishna. To somehow or other remain always engrossed in thought of Krishna. We are practicing the Bhakti Marg. For everything what we are doing is for two principles. Always remember Krishna and never forget Krishna. So the vivid example is always present in the behavior of the gopis. Therefore, Lord Chaitanya declared that no one can worship the Supreme Lord by any method which is better than the method of the gopis. The gopis were not born in very high brahmanas or kshatriya families. They were born in a families of Vaishyas and not in a big mercantile community, but in the family of the cowherd man. Very simple. Where whenever the simplicity come, always the thought come. Their belongings, when the Nanda Baba, Ugrasena, they have the meeting at night and they decide this place is getting dangerous, let's move. Next morning, all these cowherd men has everything what they have in their possession, filled the bullock cart, and that's all the belonging they have. How simple and how wonderful their life can be. They were not very well educated, although they heard all sorts of knowledge from the Brahmanas, the authorities of the Vedic knowledge. The gopis' only purpose was to remain always absorbed in thoughts of Krishna. This is the pinnacle of our devotional practice. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport of the 21st chapter of Krishna, the gopis attracted by the flute. We should remember all these examples, Gopis talking about the deer, then talking about the wives of the denizens, airplanes flying, many, many airplanes. And the other gopi is talking about the cows, that how they, when they hear it, they move the area so nicely so they can take all these things. And then the other gopi is talking about the mother, about the birds, that how nicely they are sitting on the branch and twigs, just absorbs in hearing the flute of Krishna. And then the scorching heat of summer, but when they hear the flute, they feel so many cooling effect. And then on the Govardhan hill, everything becomes sublime with the presence of Krishna and Balaram. And this is what the gopis is teaching us, to know more and more about Krishna. And then speak. My Guru Maharaj used to say that if you read something, when you meet someone, you explain that little thing. And if you do 7 times, that story will become yours. So we have still some more time. So we will start the chapter 22. Stealing the garment of the unmarried gopis girl. According to the Vedic civilization, unmarried girls from 10 to 14 years of age are supposed to worship either Lord Shiva or Goddess Durga in order to get a nice husband. Nice hint for the young girls. If they want to get a good husband, this is the solution. But the unmarried girls of Vrindavan were already attracted by the beauty of Krishna. So if you are chanting Hare Krishna, you are getting all these benefits. The young girls who join, Saloni, Ivy, Radha, Visakha, and Gopi Priya will join soon at 7:15. Very fortunate girls, Haribol. They were, however, engaged in worship of Goddess Durga in the beginning of Hemant season, just prior to the winter season. The first month of the Hemant is called Agrahayana, October and November. And at that time, all the unmarried gopis of Vrindavan began to worship Goddess Durga with a vow. They first ate Havisyana, a kind of foodstuff prepared by boiling together Moong dal and rice without any spice or turmeric. Haribol. According to Vedic injunctions, this kind of foodstuff is recommended to purify the body before one enacts a ritualistic ceremony. Haribol. So we have to eat this moong dal and rice and then take shower and get ready. Haribol. All the unmarried gopis in Vrindavan used to daily worship goddess Katyayani early in the morning after taking bath in the river Yamuna. So Katyayani is another name for goddess Durga. The goddess is worshipped by preparing a doll made out of sand mixed with earth from the bank of Yamuna. It is recommended in the Vedic scripture that a deity may be made from different kind of material elements. It can be painted, made of metal, made of jewels, made of wood, earth, or stone, or can be conceived within the heart of the worshipper. The Mayavadi philosopher takes all these forms of the deity to be imaginary, but actually they are accepted in the Vedic literature to be identical with either the Supreme Lord or a respective demigod. Now the beautiful pictures are there. I just want to see how the next paragraph is, how long it is. We will be able to finish that paragraph, or should we stop here? So let me check it out. This paragraph, how long it is. This paragraph is little longer, so I don't think that we will be able to finish that, but it's a nice picture. Garuda struck the body of Kalia with his effulgent golden wings. The next picture is so nice. Krishna would praise them. My dear friends, you are dancing and singing very nicely. The Gopas is playing horn and bugles and dancing with Krishna and Balaram. Wonderful picture. The next picture is for the Pralambasura. Look just like a cloud with lightning carrying the moon. Haribol. And the other one is the forest fire. Krishna, the supreme mystic, immediately swallowed upon all the flames of the forest fire. Next one is due to remaining in the water for a long time. The gopis felt cold and were shivering when Krishna stole the garment. That's the chapter we are reading. And the next picture is, do not afraid of the hill and think that it will fall from my hand, when Krishna lifted the Govardhan hill. And then King Indra from the heavenly planet appeared before Krishna from a secluded place to ask for the forgiveness. And when Indra came, Indra is smart. They know the scripture. So he bring the cow with him. Mother cow, when Krishna see the mother cow, his heart get melted and he become merciful. So all these things is wonderful to know. If you want to, please, this is another example that I give you, this Subal. When he was happy eating the sweet, then Krishna was happy. Now this is another one that we see the example. If he really wants to make Krishna happy, we should do to satisfy his associates. So I think whoever has to go, they can check out, and remaining can stay, because we will be chanting for another at least 1 more hour. With those thoughts, always remain happy, jubilant, and totally fearless. And whoever you come across, give them a kind word that their life also becomes successful and totally fearless. With those thoughts, I would like to offer my humble obeisances at the desk of the wonderful devotees who take so much austerity to wake up early in the morning. It is very hard. You know, it says that the bad is the Sharp bad is the influence Maya Devi doesn't want us to get up. But these dear devotees take austerity, neglect Maya Devi, and join in the camp of Krishna. So may Krishna bless the devotee who joined from New Hampshire, Connecticut, Aurora, Illinois, Cartondale, New York, New Jersey, Virginia, Boston, Boise, Atlanta, Tampa, Phoenix, Austin, College Station, San Jose, Portland, Dallas, Detroit, Chicago, Naperville, Philadelphia, Charlotte, Baltimore, Baton Rouge, Alachua, Orlando, Jacksonville, Ohio, St. Louis, Loganville, Georgia, San Diego, Calcutta, New Delhi, Toronto, Alaska, and I didn't see the girls join from Jammu and Kashmir. So I have a nature call. I'm gonna attend very quick, and I'll be back. Thank you.